Hey guys, welcome to Evolving Spiritually. My name is Kayla, and if this is your first time checking out my channel, hello and welcome. If you guys are returning, what's up? We are back for season 3, episode 9. And as always, if you guys would like to check out more content from me, you can head over to patreon.com/evolving into more. There I upload about 2 to 3 additional readings per week. I would advise you, if you're watching this on the day that I release it, wait until the 1st of each month, because they will charge you on that last day and that first day of that new month, okay? So just a heads up on that. But if you guys also want to book a private session with me, I have a few slots still available for June. So if you want to get on that, you can head over to evolvingintomore.com. All right, guys, so we are starting this thing off with our keywords, and today I have 4 of them, or 3 of them. Wow, 4. 4 may be prominent, but I only have 3. So jumping straight into this thing, we always like to self-focus, ground. We will get into the cards, look into other energy, and then top this thing off with an oracle, and that'll be that. But today's first keyword is declutter. And the trigger statement around declutter says, I made so many mistakes, while the true statement is, I let it all go. The message behind declutter is everything you have done up until this point is leading you to where you need to be. Let go of the past and be here right now. Right? So this is always bringing yourself back to the present moment. I did about 3 readings this past weekend for Patreon, and we broke down career and finance, love and relationships, and a self-focus. And I feel like it was a heavy message around bringing things into the now. For me, that was the game changer. When I was able to pull my mind away from the past, when I was able to see the difference between the past and the present. There was a time where I was stuck on certain people and situations and couldn't see it through because I was stuck up in it, instead of removing myself from it or taking a step back and seeing the bigger picture of things. And I feel like a lot of us, we stay stuck in the past because we stay stuck on words or memories or broken promises and things like that, to where we are kind of checked out in the present. And as I said, I remember being in the same exact moment of realizing, like, hold on, the things and the people that are occupying my mind and that I'm choosing are not realistically playing a part in my present reality. So why should I be putting myself on hold or holding myself back, trying to keep a tight grasp on something that no longer is whatever it was back then? Because even the people that we dealt with and the situations that we were in with those people, we have all evolved in our own different ways. Evolution is like all around. We all grow and we all change. Some people just grow and change into different directions. So it's kind of getting to this moment of what and who is occupying your mind that's not actively playing a role in your present moment, that's not supporting you in a healthy way, that's not, giving you that energy exchange that you need back, because you're keeping your energy stuck by focusing on the past. And what that will do, if you allow it, if you continue to feed into it, you will then continue to attract those same things, traits, feelings, or memories, or lessons per se, with something or someone else, but you will still have to grasp the lesson beneath it all. So this is one of those situations where you know better, you do better, and you choose better. And now it's time to choose better, because you have or you're in the thick of seeing the truth of people and things that you were choosing or did choose at some point. And I feel as though it has taken you to move away and create space and distance with these people in this situation to see the truth of it. And that's the beauty and the blessing that we are all given in life, is the ability to choose and make choices for ourselves. And sometimes there does need to be distance between you and whatever it is you were stuck in the thick of confusion with, so that you can see it from a larger scale and really make out what is what and who is who, right? So going into our second keyword, we have restore. The trigger statement for restore is I am broken, while the true statement is I am illuminated. Okay, now the message behind restore says, as you release your attachment to the high and low, you find peace and balance. Honor the cycles of your body and energy now. This to me feels like this energy of functioning. I don't really know how to flow it with what I was gonna say, so just to say it in another way, this is like going through the motions of something. Feeling or thinking like this is how it's supposed to be and it can't be better than this, or I'm not gonna find better than this, or whatever that limited or restrictive mindset that you have around whatever or whoever has made you feel less than, who has come in and completely betrayed you in a sense, that has made you look at yourself and start to question I don't know what this is. I want to say it's your worth and your value, but it's still like this type of energy of questioning, like, if you really know what you're doing. Like, you don't need to second guess yourself. That's the absolute last thing that you need to do, is second guess yourself, right? We come in alignment with people and things for a reason. And though these situations and these lessons may be over the top and difficult, they had to happen in that way because we really had to learn it. We really had to, get it stuck to us. And luckily there are people like us who don't have to go through hell and high water anymore to learn a lesson, right? So for an example, within love and relationships, I feel like I've been successful at maintaining a healthy marriage and relationship because I have implemented and applied the lessons that I learned from previous relationships. Whereas before, I was in situations where I would continue to deal with people who were lying and cheating and manipulating and thinking that this is just how it goes. You gotta allow people to mess up and make mistakes. But then the more I learned that that's a choice that people choose to make, right? I have no problem being loyal to whoever I commit myself to. If I commit myself to you, I have, again, no problem not lying to you, not cheating to you, not giving you my all. And if I ever did, I would not pursue you. But some people, they don't get that. Some people just want to do what they do, have fun, experiment, and go through their little phases until they find themselves. Because those kind of people that hop from one thing to another, like, they do that because they don't truly know themselves. But to put that on you as like it's something that you're lacking or you're incapable of being or doing for this person doesn't mean that that's the say all be all. And that's where the restore comes into place, because you realize that people's shortcomings, people's inability to show up for you and to be there for you and to choose you or accept you for what you are or who you are, that's their own problem, right? You don't have to bend backwards. You don't have to go through hell and high water to prove things to people. And the moment that I realized that within a relationship dynamic, it was like, okay, any sign of like pushing and pulling and like the whole like running and chasing dynamic, like that's not what I'm looking for. That's an immediate red flag. Anyone I feel like I have to prove myself to, anyone that makes me feel like less than I felt before I was with them, or gave me this idea again of needing to continue to be and do and give, and then they lack and they don't give back much in return. And when you realize that in the past, maybe it was just ignoring signs of clear indications that thing had either things or situations with people may have expired, right? That's something I've just been stuck on lately. Like sometimes your relationships or friendships with people, they have expiration dates. And if you stay in them over their expiration date, it can end up making you sick, right? It can end up hurting you more in the long haul than just calling it quits or truce or what it is whenever it is. You know, people are never gonna be fully prepared, and neither will you. Like, I think when I made the decision to get a divorce in my first marriage, like that was something I was definitely considerate of my partner or my husband at the time. I was definitely like, damn, like I don't want to, like hurt this person. And I didn't feel like he wanted to hurt me at that point either. But it was just like coming to an understanding, like, I think you're a great person and I know I'm a great person, but we're just not each other's person. And then somehow that turned into like my worstest nightmare. And I feel like, again, you reach those situations where it becomes conflict and chaos because you have a person who is not in a place of acceptance. Because in order to be in a place of acceptance, you have to see yourself, right? And for me, it took me a while to get myself out of that marriage because I was having a hard time accepting that I was the reason that we ended up in the place that we were in. Because to be honest, it was. I was going off of wishful thinking. I was going off seeing someone's potential and thinking that like over time this will happen and they'll grow into this or they'll mature. Like, no. So I take accountability for moving something forward that clearly showed me very early on, this is not going to be that balance that you're seeking. And it's not just about me. Like, my decision to leave also was in consideration of him as well. Like, he was not fulfilled. He was walking around looking just as miserable as I was. And we weren't butting heads all the time. We just literally lacked depth within a connection. We didn't really have much to talk about. We weren't that affectionate, So it was one of those situations. It wasn't even a bad fallout. And it was just the fact of someone dealing or facing with rejection, or someone turning their back on them, ends up in like this person wanting to get revenge or retaliate, And I feel like those situations turn sour again when the other person chooses to not see themselves. As much as I'm sure he hates me and obviously has wanted me to not be alive, I'm sure within that he doesn't see or realize the 3 years that I stayed, the 3 years that we worked and went to counseling, and I gave the opportunity to like show me and come get your family if this is what you want. And that opportunity, that door of opportunity was there for a while, and then he missed it. And now that I've decided to pull back all of my energy because of obviously other things that happened within that place or within that time frame, now I'm the bad person, right? So like same thing for you. Now these people or whoever you've been dealing with want to cry victim and want to look at you like, oh, well, you're holding on to something, or you can't let go of this, or you turned your back on me, without following that shit up with like the truth. Well, the truth is you pushed me to this point. The truth is I had no other choice but to go a different direction and close the door on us, because this is what I was being met with. This is what I was being given. That's the other side that people don't want to see. And the reason why I'm going into this for restore is because you have to go back and you have to see the truth of what things are so you can know what part you play in things. Again, I don't get off scotch-free from my first marriage. My communication sucked. It was poor. My perception around some things, shitty, right? And I have no problem getting up here and apologizing, okay? Because genuinely, that moment, it was not anything that was meant to hurt someone or belittle them. I didn't know that my words could hurt people, you know? But I can't go back and I can't fix that. All I can do is continue to grow and choose better and be better. And my attitude has changed significantly, you know? Now, if you don't get to experience that version of us that have healed, then again, that's on you at some point. Because feeling like you have to stay in a broken place to make something make sense, like you don't have to. You don't have to keep going through the ups and downs. Things don't have to be difficult. And again, the reason I brought that up was to say that like that situation, that relationship or that marriage ended obviously poorly. But initially it didn't have to be. If both of us could come to terms and agree that like what we valued and what we wanted in life, it looked the complete opposite. What we felt like was fulfillment and love was complete opposite. And the point of it, within acknowledging why you have to go separate ways from other people or from people, is because everyone is not going to be in alignment with you. And when that time comes, you have to be willing to choose yourself so that you can continue to grow and move forward. Truth is, I was with a person who didn't really care about growing. They didn't care about like having more, or being more, or doing more. They was all about settling. I would never be that kind of person, right? And I didn't want to be miserable, and I didn't want him to be miserable, feeling like he always had to, you know, be up for the next challenge and risk if that's not what he was willing to show up and do and be, right? If I can't be who other people want from me, that is okay. That just means that we don't mix or flow within the direction or the journey that we're headed in life. And that's going to happen from time to time. You know, even with people that you've been the closest to, you may reach a phase or a time within your life where things just don't flow or mix in the same way that it used to, right? It's growing up. It's going and understanding what means what to you. And when you honor the things that matter to you and you give yourself those things, you find this peace and you find this joy. It's been very difficult for me to close doors and to choose myself over people that I've always given a loyalty to them over me, right? But I've realized the more that I have chosen myself and the people that choose me and show up for me, I go more into finding that peace and that joy, right? I got a lot of shit to talk about on these readings, but outside of these readings, like I say, I'm not bothered with the past. I'm not in any chaos or conflict. Ain't nobody calling my phone with no drama. You know, I'm not dealing with shiesty, shady people because I know who to keep at a distance. I keep very little close to me, and I go on and I stay in my own lane and I worry about my own business. So there may be other things going on outside of me. My name may even be in people's mouths within these problems or these situations, but that's not my reality. That's not what I'm feeding into. That's not what I'm focusing on. Because if you focus on the bullshit, that's all it's gonna bring you is shit, you know? And when you realize you literally have a choice within what you want to focus on, you start realizing maybe just how difficult you were making things in the past. And it's not to beat your past self up. It's just to see your growth within now. I've said this a couple of sessions ago, but I was literally like chilling at the beach the other day, and it was like, it just hit me like, damn, Kayla, you know how many days like you kind of just chose to disturb your own peace or ruin your own day or be in a shitty mood all day because one little small thing? Hey, if you've been here for a while, y'all know any little thing used to like tick me off and it would ruin my whole day. But in the last couple of months, I've really just been in this place like, you know what? That's your problem. You know, you have that. I don't have time to feed into it. I don't have time to focus on it because I'm tired of feeling it, right? Aren't you tired of feeling the heaviness, the baggage, the weight of other people who ain't even got their life together or can't even figure themselves out, trying to sit here and put weight on you? No. I start focusing and feeding into the people who show up and reciprocate that energy back to me in a healthy way, that fuel me, that fulfill me, that make me want to wake up every day and live life. And for a lot of y'all, no, you may not have that romantic partner. For some of you, you do. You have your person. But for others of you, this could be within your friends. This could be within your family. Not all of them, because we're learning some of them a little shysty and some haters. Okay? Friends ain't that much better either. But when you find the right ones, when you know you got people that are gonna be there for you, and they have shown that they are there for you, because I don't ever want you guys to just focus on the negative. Yeah, like there's haters, but there's so many more people who admire you and respect you and are really like inspired by you. So I think at the end of the day, like that's what it all ends up like being worth for. The ability to move forward and forgive yourself and know that you're still deserving of better and more, even if you chose or settled or accepted something that really tried to break you within the process. Okay, my little Texas accent was coming out. I don't know what was happening there, but anyways, the last keyword is balance. Okay, the trigger statement for balance says, no one understands me, while the true statement is, I ask for what I need. So the message behind balance is, from a place of love, you need to stand up and speak your truth. What you wish for is what the universe wishes for you. Now, this one's a little tricky one, okay? And that's kind of why I paused before I went into the message behind it, because this one's gonna test you, okay? Asking God for this balance to create and restore this balance that you're seeking within your life means that some shit is gonna get shaken up and thrown out and exposed. And again, those are those tower moments, but the higher the vibration you are, the deeper of the understanding that you have that towers actually work in your favor, because they knock out who and what just ain't for you, and it's going to end up trying to ruin or sabotage what you're building in the long run, right? You got to always weigh it up. It sucks, but not going to let people ruin what you've been working so hard for, right? It's just not worth it. No, it just don't weigh up to me. But hey, if you want to hold on, if you want to pump your brakes, if you want to continue to throw yourself off balance, then by all means, go on. I'm just trying to tell you, there's it's easier ways, okay? But within this, the balance is, when you do ask God for guidance or to reveal things to you, you have to be in a place of being open enough to accept the truth and see what it is for yourself, okay? That's the balance. You got to see yourself for yourself, and you got to see other people for what they truly are instead of what you are wanting them to be, right? It all goes hand in hand here. But when people make choices or they choose to do fucked up things towards you or to you or have ill intentions, you do not need to look back at self and say, self, what did I do to make this person this mad? Self, what did I do to make them want to manipulate me or gaslight me or abuse me or neglect me or abandon me? Nothing. That's that person's problem. And a lot of these people that have taken you for granted are starting to realize the roles they play within certain situations. But there's always another lesson of people having to truly learn from their mistakes. And I am not a believer in letting people just come right on back in with a little pat on their wrist. Absolutely not. If my mother would have pat my little wrist back when I was a little kid doing some probably off the wall shit, you know, I probably would have been like, girl, I'll eat them little licks on my hand. That ain't nothing. No. Mama used to go get extension cords. Mama used to go get the leather belt. She would tear my ass up. And you bet your bottom butt that I learned my lesson. Now, I know I'm going to get those people and be like, oh, but that ended up in trauma. I'm not taking that away, okay? You are right. When I see a leather belt, when I see an extension cord, all I think about is getting an ass whooping for like not making my bed. But the point of it is, sometimes you have to learn a hard ass lesson. You got to get your ass whooped in order to not do it again. Y'all think that I went another day not making my bed when I woke up? No. Okay. Now, was that the healthiest way to go about it? I don't know. My mother probably told me about 18 million times to stop going to school without making my bed, and I didn't listen. And then that one day she was just fed up and was like, you gonna learn one way or another. And again, I learned, didn't I? Now, with that being said, again, you can't just be getting people a little pat on the wrist and being like, oh, it's okay, because if this ain't taught you anything, it should be that these people don't just learn from little licks. These people done been through a lot of things within their life too, because of the choices they've made. These people, like, if you ever look at their luck or how their life has been playing out, like, they really ain't had the best of luck either. And they try to point out your flaws and your down moments, but don't let you bring up theirs. Don't let you mention theirs, you know? But that's what I'm saying. Within this dynamic, it's crazy because some people just don't learn their lesson until it is like literally beaten into them. In whatever way that is, you know, but like God teaches people lessons through extreme ways if need be. And then again, some people still don't learn their lesson. And I feel like with these keywords, to wrap it all up, to declutter, to restore, and to find balance, is for you to be in a more peaceful, understanding place with yourself and also with God or whatever your faith, you know, stands on. And in understanding that moving forward, you like, life doesn't have to be difficult. Not unless you want it to be, not unless you keep choosing for it to be. And it's not about fearing the worst. You don't have to go through the worst of the worst anymore to learn lessons, because you are at a more conscious, aware place of what is happening, and you are now in this position to know clearly right from wrong. You know, so like in religion, I used to be Baptist, or I grew up Baptist, Christian, whatever. And like baptism used to be something that would like boggle my mind, because it's like, oh, before you get baptized, you know, God forgives you of your sins because you don't know any better. But then you get baptized, and like, that's when God is like, I'm gonna hold you accountable for every sin you commit, right? That's what they teach you. So I always wondered, like, how does that work? Because they say that you can't get baptized until like your preteens, or you're like 13 or 14 or something like that. Well, at least in my church in Dallas, that's how it went, right? And supposedly that's because that's the age, or around the age, that you would know right from wrong. And that is not necessarily true. Okay, you know, like, there are things that probably I'm not even going to give you a far out example. I'm going to give you a realistic, like, there's things that my 8-year-old daughter understands that at no point in time at the age of 8 would I have been able to comprehend. Like the way that Kaylee breaks down her video games to me and like what's going on, or maybe even the shows that she's watching, it's just like amazing. Do you know that you are like figuring out life as you speak? And maybe she's not aware of that consciousness, but I feel like she very much knows what the fuck is going on. It's just amazing to see. But there are also things that I know to a deeper level at this point in age than she does. You see, like, it's a balance within the two. And I feel like I went down that direction to say that God only holds you accountable for the wrong that you're doing when you know that you have done wrong. Like when you did it on purpose. Okay, when you had that feeling, or God told you and showed you like you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be choosing that, you shouldn't be giving into that, and you still chose to do, that's when God holds you accountable. But if you have truly walked into something naive and didn't know any better, and you had to learn the lesson through it, that was the point, for you to learn that lesson so that you don't continue moving throughout life just not knowing any better. Okay, my parents, I feel like they did a great job raising me. But I will say, as coming into an adult, I realized there were things that they just did not talk to me about, like bills and money and love and relationships and sex. And for a while, I kind of felt like, why? Like, why would they just send me out in the world to figure it out? But the more that I'm coming into, you know, a consciousness, I'm realizing they ain't really got that shit figured out themselves. So how could they? You know, and that's why you cannot pick yourself apart for not knowing better at that time. All you can do is pull things to this present moment and take accountability now and choose better. Okay, anything or anyone that I have closed the door on recently, I closed it because I had no choice. If I left that door open, I would be a fool, because I have been shown not once and not twice, but over and over and over again, how people are willing to undermine, be sneaky, and do whatever they got to do for their own benefit. And once that is truly shown and revealed that you would cross me in order to gain like material possessions, the door is closed because the trust is broken. And if I continue to show up in a situation or a connection with a person, and I say that I forgave them, but I really did not forgive them, because every time I speak to them or I'm around them, I don't trust them, or I'm questioning if they're telling me the truth, or if they're really doing this behind my back. Like, that's not a way to go through life. Like, you don't have to continue making your life difficult. And I know that the way that I put it is way more clean cut than it really is in reality, but the more you assert it, the more you remind yourself what you're worthy of, the easier it becomes, right? And that's the balance that you have to find for yourself. And because I'm very open about how I feel in my past experience with my mother, the door is closed right now, and it's gonna remain closed for a while, okay? Because that kind of like unhealed trauma is not anything that just heals and like turns into good overnight, right? That's gonna be like a long lesson within itself. But at some point I will be open and I will be willing to hear her out and forgive her. I forgive her now, because I'm not gonna hold that and let it hold me back. Like, I don't have anger. I don't even hold disappointment anymore. Like, hey, you're not gonna take my love away at the end of the day. I'm still extending love, but it's at a distance. It's in a healthy way for me. And in order for you to not get stuck and caught up in situations, whether you can see it in that moment or not, the disconnection is needed, because within disconnection comes healing. I say it all the time. That's the Four of Swords. It sucks to block yourself or get blocked away from someone, but within that time, a lot of healing happens. And usually one person sees the truth and realize that, you know, they made a mistake, and you usually have the other person that realizes that they deserved more and they should have never, you know, settled or begged or went chasing after, you know, someone who wasn't willing to do or be the same. And so I'm gonna end this channeling with the keywords, because it got a little longer than I wanted to already, but we're gonna get into these tarot cards, see what the message is, and tie it into our keywords, and close out with an oracle. All right, so we're gonna see what overall energy we have going on today. See what this message is all about. My cards is acting all crummy. No. All right, we have the Knight of Cups. So opportunities headed your way, offers, proposals, that will bring you emotional fulfillment, okay? This Knight, even if we look outside of love, is going to be something offered to you to take you to that next step or level within going after things that bring you emotional fulfillment within life. So you got to understand that there's never a true completion. Because even when you reach the things that you worked for, that you desired at some point, when you accomplish that, you then start setting other goals and other accomplishments, and you just continue to grow and evolve within that. And I feel like, again, this Knight of Cups is saying there's something coming your way that's gonna be just the beginning of like this new cycle of being in a place where you are in alignment with your emotions and you're actually feeling everything that comes along with the choices and the reality that you're living within. So to tie that to the keywords already, when you come into this place of an alignment with yourself, when you restore and you open yourself back up to the things that you truly want and you desire and you go for them, you not only leave behind the chaos and conflict of the past, because you're seeking something more here. So you know that in the past you dealt with chaos and conflict, and that's not what truly would bring you the fulfillment. And I think for a lot of people, it's really about pulling your head out of the clouds and seeing the truth of things. I stayed stuck on a person for 3 years only to realize one day out of nowhere, like, Kayla, hold on, what are you doing? You've built a whole business. You've become like a whole different kind of person. And the person that you're putting yourself on hold for, that you've been putting yourself on hold for the last 3 years, is out there building a completely different life. And I had to come to an acceptance of that, because my mind was functioning on what was and what used to be, and the things that were told to me and the promises that were there that never came. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. They get caught up in wanting to see things through when it really comes down to understanding that, like, if it was meant for you, it would not be this difficult. People would not make it so difficult to naturally flow and love you. And that's what I mean. Like, that's what this energy is really like touching on. It's making me feel like you've looked at yourself like you're the difficult person. Like, you come in and you make everything difficult in every situation, or you're a burden, or you're this or you're that. And it's not. It's the fact of who you are, and your truth intimidates so many people, because there are not a lot of real people out here in this world. And everyone wants to twist and turn and manipulate you and tell you who you can be and who you can't be according to how you make them feel. Okay, I've said it before and I'll say it again. My mother was so proud of me for being confident and communicating and having a strong will until I'm that way with her. You see what I mean? So people will congratulate you. They will pat you on your back. But the moment you lay down those boundaries and those rules or whatever that is with them, then they feel like, oh no. Like, you can tell everybody else how you feel and what you want and lay down the laws, but you're not going to do that with me. You know? And then it results in somebody just sitting here playing mind games. So even in terms of love, for some of you, you were in a situation, this could be platonic for some of you, but For a lot of you, this is going to be a past romantic relationship, and I'm going to see this in so many different ways. So if this doesn't apply, don't worry, just roll through it. But for some of you, this is like looking back on past relationships, or you have someone that you really, either you were about to go all the way with, you saw a future with and wanted to move forward with this person, but you were just stuck in a lot of chaos and conflict. On a platonic level, there was some sort of loyalty or promise within a connection, and whether this was spoken or not, but I feel like with this Empress and this Five of Swords, you have someone who's been trying to manipulate you when it comes to seeing yourself, but also starting anew. Like there's this energy of someone wanting to disrupt you from going into this new beginning. And the reason that this comes out, and I know a lot of us are in this place where we're like, I don't care, like I could give two shits about these other people at this point. I'm focusing on me. This is coming out, believe me, I heavily want to focus just on your energy, but this comes out because you got to understand how people tug and pull at your energy and how the spiritual shit works. Okay, people play on your insecurities and they play on your weaknesses. When you go into that small place and you start to doubt yourself, when you start to underestimate yourself or the direction that you're heading, you're giving into lower vibrational energy. And when you give into lower vibrational energy, again, you lower your own, and it makes it hard and difficult to come out of that place. It's not impossible, but it's unnecessary to put yourself there if you don't have to. Like I said, like I've been very happy and content and at peace with my life. So if anyone came to my doorstep or to my phone line with some bullshit, I'm gonna be like, look, I'm not participating in this. You know, this really has nothing to do with me. I appreciate you letting me know, but no, don't let somebody come and disturb your peace because they're in misery. Because that's what someone wants to do, and they want to take you off of your high horse. It's like someone just hating how confident and proud you are without even realizing like the insecurities that you're facing within your own self, because you saw the Hierophant want to come out sideways. So in some way, shape, or form, this is telling me you have still fought and battled against deep-rooted insecurities, whether that's from family, tradition, society, or religion. And I feel like this is what somebody played on heavily. And with you in this Knight of Cups energy, it's you being in a place to give to yourself. Like nobody else helped you get to this point. And again, you could be coupled. Like obviously I'm married, and I'm never going to discredit how my wife has loved and supported me up until this point. But me even being in a healthy relationship or marriage with my wife comes from myself making a healthy decision. So does hers, right? And at the end of the day, that's where credit is due first. Because had I not chose what I felt was equal and deserving and fulfilling to me, I would be cheating myself, right? And again, it's like anything else. You have choices, and your choices that you've chose for you has got you where you are right now. And you should not devalue this moment because who else would have did it for you? Who else was like willing to show up for you? You had no other choice. And that's what I'm saying. Now these people are looking at this situation and being jaded by it. It's like, oh, okay, that's weird. Overall energy is clarified by the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles family. Loyalty. But it's like, for you, let's go here first. Those are the things that you value, right? Now, you may not have had the best examples or upbringing, or maybe you did. But somewhere along the line, like what matters now and what's to come is your focus, and it's Pentacles in the sense of valuing what is real. Things that money cannot buy brings you the fulfillment that you are seeking. So you enter this King of Pentacles energy where you take on this masculine form of dominating everything that you go after. And within that, you bring a sense of prosperity and fulfillment, not only emotionally, but in a material sense too. So yeah, we're talking about money here. You find a way to create like generational wealth here, or generational opportunities for those, you know, to come after you. You've paved a way, and no one gave it to you. You didn't have to lie in order to get it, or, you know, be where you are, versus other people around you or that you've been connected to have been selfish, have been controlling, have made strategic moves just to benefit themselves. And now they're realizing that all that money, all of those material things that they did value, hold no true value. And I know it sounds contradicting or hypocritical, because it's like we're coming into these material blessings now after these other people just experienced and realized that that's not what really mattered in life. The difference is, okay, because for some odd reason, people feel like the more spiritual you are and the closer to God, like you're not supposed to be out here living in luxury and having nice things. That's a lie, okay? God definitely wants you to live in a way that you feel comfortable and good. Now, being greedy and overdoing it, it's just like, that's not it. And another difference is a lot of these people were getting their material gains and possessions by doing the wrong things, okay? And whatever way that was, they did it by doing the wrong things because they valued money more than they did themselves, their morals, the principles of life, doing right instead of doing wrong. Well, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't care about doing right. Whereas we've gone through the test of time, the lowest of the low, being given the cruddiest of situations, and still chose to do the right thing, which is why we are now being rewarded with these sort of material possessions or blessings or opportunities or doorways that open up to have a good, stable life. Because within those down moments of struggle, we realize what is real and what is valuable. At the end of the day, don't let what I have or what I'm gaining in life throw you off from ever thinking that, like, I would sell my soul, or I would choose money or something materialistic over my family. Like, I would not do that, period. And I could have it all and lose it all again tomorrow. I've been there, done that. And if that happens again, I'm all here for it, because God shows me within everything that happens, there's a reason, there's a blessing from it as well. But I'm here to tell you that whatever this is for you, it ain't temporary. Okay? So you may have experienced temporariness before in the past, in the last couple years, and then it just like went downhill. Oh, God was just showing you just a speck of what it was. And it was just a speck, because God was like, hold on. Let me give you this. Let me see how you do with this, because I want to see how they're going to respond to it. These people that try to undermine you and go behind your back and do whatever they're doing, they couldn't even handle you at just like a small ounce of getting it, of doing it. So you know they about to really lose their shit now. But the difference is you're prepared. You see the truth. You know the truth. And again, it's a beauty within it. It's an art within all of this. It's an art within how God allows everything to play out. Because people showed they ass just from a little bit. And so they ruined it from just a little bit, instead of just playing their part, doing the right thing, and letting it hit. But somebody definitely want what you've built or what you're building, and they want a part of it, and they want to take from it too. They want to claim it as theirs because it's yours. You have the Five of Swords with Judgment. So the past is obviously under heavy judgment here. The people from the past that caused the manipulation, the mind games, you know, whatever this chaos and conflict, oh my God, was for you. These people are under heavy judgment from it. And again, they realize that you've turned your back. So like, who you gonna play with? Because that's a sword fight. And if you ain't got nobody sitting here, you know, wanting to swing back on you, what you gonna do? You're gonna look there and you're gonna stand there and you're gonna look stupid. And you're gonna realize that you're the only person that is still wanting to fight. Okay, not you, but these other people connected to you. And so now they're undergoing a judgment because it's just like, it just don't make sense. These people have went out of their way. They've been going out of their way to try to stop or undermine what you got going, and you don't even do nothing to these people. You don't even do nothing to these people. And that's what I mean. This Five of Swords showed when you distanced yourself, when you went away, when you walked away because you had to, because these people completely showed their ass. They were still wanting to fight. And the God's like, hold on, pump your brakes. You need to see what you really over here doing and why you really mad, because this person not even fighting you. But some people just, they can't let it go because they done ruined themselves and their life too much. They've been so committed to whatever lies they've been telling themselves that it's like, well, I can't undo it now. So I just got to make sure it happens. And it ain't happening. And they're seeing that, and it's literally eating a person alive. Look, this person is trying to, you dealing with somebody stubborn here. And if this is that like that mother energy or the matriarch, like this is like somebody who just, again, they don't want to give up. They ain't willing to. They're like, I'll go out in flames trying to take this person down, trying to take them down. Because again, once they acknowledge the truth about what the situation is, for everybody, it's pulling back to the present moment. It's pulling to this present moment, making you see reality right now. People are about to start walking into blessings, into beautiful opportunities, into new beginnings. And again, these people who belittle, undermined, and played are gonna sit here and they're gonna watch, and then they're gonna sit, and then they're gonna choose to not be any different. Yeah, the Empress with the Page of Cups. So this could be something in relation to a baby or a child or pregnancy, or just a new beginning if that doesn't relate to you in any kind of way. But that could also be somebody that you were dealing with or that you are dealing with. But I feel like something new is coming in this present moment for you. And it's coming because you have definitely stepped up and stepped into this Empress energy. Doesn't matter your gender. Okay? But I'm telling you, the Empress is where you want to be. Because you don't play with no mother. You don't play with a mother, period. Right? A mother will a healthy mother will do anything to protect theirs. And you gotta look that way for yourself. Yeah. See, you got somebody that just wants to sit up here and offer you a new beginning, but it's still toxic. A page of cups, y'all know I tell y'all pages just ain't never good for me. It's never good enough, because that's the only way somebody should ever be offering you a page is if like you just really don't know that person. They just enter your life and you're starting slow and getting to know a person. Because a page is like, oh, I like you and I'm interested in, you know, like, yeah, I can see where this goes. But there's no true full commitment within it. And to think that you settled for that before, but not no more. People still gonna show up and gonna come back just exactly how they were before. You have the Hierophant. Capricorn energy as well. Like I said, a new beginning. People who, and this came up in the Patreon reading too. People who do not finish what they start. Okay, you're dealing with people who don't follow through on what they say. They go into it and then they get discouraged and then they start acting the fuck up. Why you think their reality is falling apart the way that it is? Because they can't truly see anything through. These people don't believe in themselves. They don't. And again, they're trying to reflect that off on you and make you feel like you cannot trust or believe in yourself. But if you get down to the nitty gritty and pull all of that back to this present moment, you're going to realize, like, you know exactly what you're doing. And listening to yourself and choosing yourself has gotten you exactly where it is today. And I think you're in a hell of a good spot versus where you used to be. You may not be where you want to be right now, but that don't mean that the energy can't shift even by tomorrow. You choosing mentally to make different choices and wanting to go in a different direction and saying sayonara to that shit already opens up the space for God to move around and make your reality align with your desires. But you're not going to get the things that you truly are in alignment with while you're attached to the wrong people and things, because they're just going to take away from it. You have the Hierophant with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. These, like I said a moment ago, this is like playing on your insecurities. Someone is wanting to make you feel like you're wrong, or what you're doing, or what you're looking into, or how you're living your life is wrong. And maybe that's why you walked away. Because someone was too judgmental, and this person doesn't even live up to those same standards themselves. Like, this person is so indecisive and don't know they left from they right, but they want to put you in a place of feeling like you have to follow every single rule that's put in place, or they invalidate you. You have marriage, commitment. Yeah, you walking into something for a long term, or in a long term sense. And this could be business, but this could also be in a a romantic sense as well, that you walk into a fully committed partnership or relationship. If you're already committed and you're in a good place within it, I feel like it deepens, and this is you two coming together and finding a way to like really build and grow together. Yeah, main female. So yeah, this is you committing yourself to what you desire. And it's kind of like I told people on Patreon, like, if I sat here and if I flipped over a card and I told you that whatever it is that is deep within your heart for you to go out there and do, you're going to be successful at it, would you go do it? Like, if it could be a guarantee that whatever it is that you deeply desire but may be afraid to go after was a guarantee, would you do it? And I just always think that that's something to really consider, because when that message came to me, it really made me pause. Like, if there was one thing that I could do and I knew I would succeed at it, like, would I do? Absolutely. You know, and if you get to that point, then you know it's just fear. It's just the illusion of fear holding you back from moving forward. I didn't care what anybody told me. Okay, I was divorced and I was a single mother, and I've had people tell me I wasn't ever gonna be nothing. No one was ever gonna want me because I'm damaged goods and I'm this and I'm that. I did not give up on me. And again, my life may not look how everybody else will want it to, or feel like I'm making it. I don't care. I'm fulfilled. I'm happy. It's been fueling me for the last 4 years, and it continues to every single day. And that is something that you can see, you know? But I never gave up on me. And that was the point of doing that, of flexing that, was I didn't give up on me. I have reasons to keep waking up and living and not be in misery and not feel like I gotta look at other people and compare myself. And like, you don't have time for all of that when you're really living a life that is fulfilling to you. I don't make choices based off of nobody else. I don't do this to stunt on this person and see how they're gonna feel if I go and do this. Like, people are literally have literally like married people just to prove an ex or somebody else wrong about them. And now they're in a shit show of a connection or of a marriage, and they're ready to get out because it was all to prove a point, without realizing that point was mainly to prove something to themselves instead of other. Like, I could care less about anybody that I was with. Like, I hope you're not making decisions to try and flex and stun on nobody, because I sure didn't. I wanted to make sure that my shit lasted and it was real and it was healthy, because in moments like this, when all and everybody else's shit is falling apart, I got something real to stand on. And that's the least you can do when you've been in a situation that did not work out and you wanted to avoid that not happening again. You go about course correcting. You make better choices. And again, I don't ever want to sit up here like Janae and I got our shit together, because we don't. Okay, we're still learning. We're still growing every single day within this connection. But we work together through the things that challenge us, right? But I also want to make it very clear that we ain't dealing with lying. We ain't dealing with cheating. We ain't dealing with trust issues. So our little problems that we get into it about is mood swings, attitudes, saying something the wrong way, or just, again, taking your anger out on somebody that you shouldn't be. But those are things you can easily come back from or communicate to find an understanding. So, again, you pick and choose your battles. I could have either chose to continue to be with somebody that was going to make me prove myself to them every single day, and then when they decided that they wanted to go do some sneaky shit behind my back, they start arguments. I could have chose that. Or, because that's a difficulty, that's sticking it through the hard times, right? Or I could have chose sticking it through the hard times in a different kind of way. Sticking it through the hard times for me is us having a miscommunication or seeing things in a different way, and the next morning we're communicating and finding a way to see each other's point of view, whether we agree or disagree on that, versus trying to force something with somebody who really don't know what they want and continues to deflect that on me and make me feel like I'm the problem or something is wrong with me. Like, you pick and choose your battles. I'm not about to sit here and keep extending my forgiveness to somebody who lies and cheats to me. I would rather extend my forgiveness to a person who said something the wrong way and didn't even mean it like that. You see? It's a difference. Arguments and back and forth within like energy is okay. But when you get to the point of that involving disrespect and something that really hurts and like tarnishes a person over time, that's when you got to cut cords. And for me, when a person shows that they don't value me or they underestimated me or doubted me, you done already kind of cut your own cord, because I'm not about to keep proving that if you can't see it. I ain't never had to prove nothing to my wife. She came into this seeing me, knowing my worth. If anything, probably putting me far above the pedestal that I really deserve to be on. But you bet your bottom buck, I would want somebody that's more afraid to lose me than a person that don't give a fuck about fucking around on me. You see that? I would much rather have people in my life who truly show up and support me for what I do than just have somebody in my life that shows up because they want people to feel like they're being a good parent because that's what they're supposed to do. Like, no, I want the real shit. I don't want the bullshit. Right? And if you're like me, I'm sure it's the same for you. Don't let people come around bullshitting you and trying to talk you out of the commitments that you have aligned for yourself that are going to last you lifetimes to come. Because this ain't just a now thing. This is a spiritual thing. These people have been trying to stop you for lifetimes past. And you done got further and reached higher levels than you did the last time. That's why they don't know how to act. That's why they don't know what to do, because they never saw the other side of their problems, of their choices. And I say it all the time. I'm a Libra. Yes, I'm scales. I'm justice. I'm karma. And whether you're a Libra or not, you're people's fucking karma. And that's what I'm saying. It's never an intentional thing. But you fuck over good people, you gonna learn a real ass lesson. That's just it. That's it. And then when you learn when you learn that lesson, you either choose to do better or you choose to go back and do the same thing. And that's what ultimately splits people from paths. And if somebody wants or chooses to go in a different direction, or you choose to wake up one day and go in a different direction, you have every right to do so. Because you can't, one thing I've learned, you cannot help somebody who do not want to be helped. Okay, because I'm telling you, the people are in this situations down to the T that I warned them about years ago. And I'm sure you have a story like that too, where you've been telling somebody for a while, like, you need to get it together, can't be doing this, can't be doing that, or you shouldn't, you should really see what you're choosing, what you're picking. Again, you can't make nobody see nothing. But now these people want to run back, and they wish that you would just tell them how to get right, how to do the right thing to get back on track. There ain't no just doing one little thing to get back on track. These people have literally like dwindled their life out of control. And the last thing that you can allow is for them to come in to yours and start like making a fucking tornado and hurricane of yours. No, there ain't no shit show over here. Y'all take that somewhere else. In the past, you have courtship in a house. Yeah, somebody connecting with you, but having like ulterior motives. Trying to put you in this place of where you look at them in such a high... because courtship is like courting somebody. Your whole point of courting is to basically like establish it before it goes into marriage. You're dating that person with the intention of that growing into something more, right? But when you go into this courtship in this house in the past, somebody was invested in you for the wrong reasons. They saw you as an investment in some way and somehow. Now, you may feel like I didn't even have anything. I didn't have shit to offer back then either, okay? And I was like, why would people sit here? Like, I ain't even got shit to my name. Yeah, back then I didn't, but now I do, right? Back then you didn't, but look where God is placing you now. Again, the beauty of the art of karma, because you never know who you're going to need. You never know who is going to be in what position later on in life. You know how people used to give that like corny ass example of the kid that got bullied in school ended up being the CEO of, the fucking company that the bully worked for. Like, you never know who you're gonna need. And I don't know. No. No. This shit makes me mad because I have never looked at somebody and been like, ooh, I can get this out of them. Ooh, they can give me this. They can be if you can't be the love of my life, I can't help you. Like, it was that simple. It was that simple. But for some people, no, they just like, they want everything. They want everything. And the investment was you were willing to do anything to have what you desired and what you wanted, and people were willing to invest in that until they felt like they could get in a place to challenge you and knock you off your throne, so you would just never accomplish it anyways. Again, we spoke about this too, like dealing with like a ex energy for some of you. For others of you, it could be someone else, but this person feeling like they were good in life without you, so long as you stayed down and broke and had nothing. But now that you're like coming up and you're really coming into something, these people are just like, what the fuck did I do? What did I pass up on? Like, now they're regretting their decisions because they're stuck in a marriage or a commitment or something with someone else. You have message and great fortune in the present moment. Yeah. You got opportunity, you got big things coming to you, and the devil is really trying to make you feel that it's not. The devil is really trying to shake you, but I'm pretty sure you can feel it, and you know you about to stunt 1-2 times on this devil, on these devils, okay? Because that's a 7 and that's a 8. So whatever this message is, whatever this communication that comes in, it's going to be right on time, and it's going to bring you right what you need when you thought all lost was hope. I mean, when all hope was lost. Oh my God. I used to do that a lot. I used to switch my words, but haven't done it in a while. All right, moving forward, you have the mature woman with the high honor. I'm telling you, whoever this Empress energy is on a low vibration, oh man, that's dangerous. Like, they're dangerous. Because they're like, it's ego. It's all ego driven. And if you're dealing with like an ex, this could be like someone's mother, if it's not your own. But like, somebody is on an ego trip, and they just refuse to let you, like, they don't want you to win at any cost. Like, they don't want you to have any sort of like fulfillment. But again, that's not your problem, and I'm not telling you that for you to focus on that. Like, who gives a flying fuck? That's her problem. That's their problem. Whatever. They ain't stopping you. They can't stop you. They ain't stopped you. Okay? That's what I want you to focus on. You stand in your power, and you stand in your truth. I've told you guys before, I've had readings that have given me anxiety and made me feel like I need to look over my shoulder every fucking time I go out, until I got exhausted. I got fucking tired. And I was like, look, God told me I'm good. God told me I'm protected. The only way that this is ever going to really come about is if I feed into it and make it my reality. Fuck them people. Fuck whatever they trying to do, because you ain't coming against me or my God, period. Period. And I'm 10 toes down and solid within that. So try me. You know? Like, that's the confidence that people don't want to see. People don't want to see the confidence of you setting boundaries and actually meaning what you say. But whoever this mature woman is just like, again, it's blowing my mind, because it's like, it's such a privilege to it. Like, I'm so-and-so, or I'm this person, or I'm that person, so you should respect me, or you better respect me, or I will turn your life upside down. Like, girl, get on. Too fucking old. Miserable. You done had the whole lifetime of misery, and you trying to sit here and still be miserable. Marriage, main female, came with the concern. Yeah. Somebody then got themselves caught up in a situation, and I don't know if the situation, I mean, you're stuck in the middle of it, whether you know or not, but you're the hot topic of conversation. And I know a lot of people don't believe that, like, especially with exes or people that you used to be with. You may not even know how you still play a part in people's current reality. You know, I literally had one moment that, like, I didn't even think this person cared about me, only to turn around and find out that him and his wife were talking about me in their marriage counseling sessions. For what? I didn't even communicate with nobody at that point. But y'all sitting here arguing over me because people can't let you go. And for some of you dealing with the ex situation, whoever they're partnered or coupled with, they know that this person is all about you. And it don't matter what they do. It doesn't matter. This person, all their focus and attention is on you. And I mean, yeah, like, oh, that's something that's really not that cute. Okay, I'm sorry. It used to be cute. Maybe it could have been cute, but that shit ain't cute. Okay, that ain't cute. They should have been thinking about you before they got themselves in this committed, stuck ass situation. Then it would have been really cute, right? That ain't cute. We not glamorizing no toxicity, because that's what that is. And now that this person is getting all caught up and got whoever they're partnered with, panties all up in a wad, they want to reach out to you and see what you got going on. Community. The streets is talking. This is the streets is talking card. And a lot of people knew what was going on, or how people were trying to undermine you or play you in the background. And for some of you, again, this is going to be that collective of people. This is going to be about 3 to 5 people. I feel like it's going to be 5 people in total, but 3 of them will definitely be interconnected. You have message, great fortune, and official person. Yeah, you got somebody coming to offer you something really big. And I feel like it's going to change the status of who you are and also of your life. It's big because the devil's here. The devil is trying to stop this new beginning at all costs. 2, 1. And then we have change moving forward. Yeah. People are going to see the truth of whoever this mature woman is, because they've been acting to be all holy and sanctified and all righteous, and they've been all wrong. They've been doing very toxic, abusive things behind closed doors. And for some of you, this woman or this mature woman energy could be tied to like the government or some big fucking like corporation that's been doing some sort of trafficking. Now they're gonna fuck with my video, but that's the truth. Somebody been like, they've been lying. I'm gonna leave it there. Family room. People's talking. People's is talking. People's is talking. All right, let me go through and clarify with one more card through the whole deck, and then we're gonna do the oracle and close it out. All right. I'm not going to shuffle. We're just going to pull. We have the star, Aquarius energy, divine timing, but also wish fulfillment within that. Okay. This is you coming into some sort of acknowledgement publicly for something as well. I feel like this is the public eye, or something comes out within the public eye about someone's relationship or something that they are committed to. I feel like it's gonna show that it's not what you thought it was at all. It's like somebody getting married for the wrong reasons, or somebody making a commitment to something or someone for the wrong reasons, and it's all like money based. You know, them kind of people that's like, oh, marriage is just a business deal. Yuck. Page of Pentacles in the past, yeah. Trying, these people, they didn't even get far. That's what I'm saying. They didn't even get much. And that's what I meant, like people making their move too quickly. That's been coming up heavily in the past readings. It's like someone made a move too fast. They made a move too fast in general, because like I was saying a minute ago, God gave us a little bit and these people couldn't even handle the little bit. And then God took it from us and we pretty much had nothing. And these people chose to shit on us and stump on us and everything else, kick us while we're down. So now that we're getting what we had times 3, that's what I'm saying. These people really ain't gonna know how to act. Somebody did something too prematurely. And if we look into like this X scenario with this marriage and this kid, there's like a pregnancy, or somebody could be having a baby with their boss, or somebody that they was messing with, someone older than them. You have the Lovers. I know that's random, but for somebody it's gonna resonate. Choices. You got choices in this moment. And somebody may challenge your choices to try and throw you off track from going towards a new beginning. But don't be swayed. You know your worth. You know your value. Ain't nobody gonna talk you out of it, period. Okay? You keep that mindset, because somebody wants to come in and challenge your energy and try to make you go in a different direction. This is like the energy of somebody wanting you to sell out, you know, before you actually get to where you're going. And no. Okay? Moving forward, you have the 10 of Cups. See, don't make the choices that align with you and what you desire, and you will go into this 10 of Cups. You will get your fulfillment. And I feel like within that, you're gonna really see who has been holding on to you for the wrong reasons. Yeah, it's just, it's a lot of just unhealthiness. This mature woman energy is just everywhere. I feel like this is someone's mother, like not even your mother. For some of you, I guess it could be, but I feel like this is someone else's mother. And I don't know this. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this is someone's mother. And they tried to control someone that you were connected to. They tried to control their life or their perspective or their point of view. And now that person is realizing that that was wrong. And they want to go back on it, but they can't. This mother energy, this is going to be exposed of what they've been doing in the dark. And I feel like somebody's walking away. Yeah, you have the star here again. Aquarius energy with the Lover's choices. And then in this deck, you have the Three of Pentacles. Again, public recognition about something coming out. Endings. Here we have Scorpio energy, death, with the Two of Cups. And then behind the Two of Cups is conflict. Somebody's shit falling all apart. And they've been trying to keep it together and keep up this lie. And it just, it's all falling apart. It's all over the place. Okay. We have loosen your grip. It says, I know y'all can't see that. It says, there are times when enough is enough. It's time to relinquish control. You don't have to do it all. And what's more, you can't do it all. No one can. Some things in life are simply out of your control. Remember, your best at any given moment is good enough. It's easy to get stuck in our ways and feel like we might want to interfere with life's greater plan. Instead, try taking a step to give space and time for the relationships and situations in your life to develop. Release the ideas of how things should be to make room for how things could be. Everything will fall into place if you allow life to unfold in an organic way. The core questions say, in which area or areas of your life can you release control? How would that feel? Can you trust that the beauty of life often comes from the unexpected? The crystal action says, affirm, I let go of control. Today, delegate a task with minimal instructions and allow life to unfold. And then the last card is pink opal. Pink opal. All right. It says, be kind to yourself. Cut yourself some slack. The way you talk to yourself can either lift you up or it can tear you down. So be mindful of your internal dialogue. Honor yourself, be your own cheerleader, forgive yourself, and remain your own best friend through the ups and downs of life. Make a conscious shift to speak to yourself with more compassion, empathy, and kindness. Treat yourself as well as you would treat others, or the way that you would expect others to treat you. It all starts with your own inner voice. By showing yourself sensitivity, understanding, and gentleness, you can learn to be kinder and more compassionate towards others as well. The core questions say, how do you talk to yourself? Would you speak to others in the way that you speak to yourself? Would you treat others the way that you treat yourself? The crystal action says, affirm, I honor myself. Today, write down 3 things you love about yourself and read them aloud in the morning and at night. Yeah. That's the session, y'all. Right? So just wrapping it all up. It's about making choices and decisions and closing out and deading out what needs to be, because your doorways of opportunity, them bitches about to fly open, okay? And this is your moment. This is not your moment to hold yourself back ever again, okay? Again, I've been there. I did it. I've done it. And you just can't do it again. You cannot put yourself second. You cannot put yourself on hold. Okay? I love you guys. Again, if you want to book a private or sign up for Patreon, all the links are in the description box below. I love you guys, and I will talk to you in our next session. Bye.